You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, we have got a feeling that something big is going to go down at Nikki's birthday bash, and that could ruin the fun for her and everybody else. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk more about the party that Claire is planning for her grandma Nikki's birthday, and everything could explode. We could have some wicked collateral damage. So right now, I don't know why she thinks this is a good idea, but Claire somehow thinks this big party is the way to get Victor's approval of her and Kyle's relationship. So Claire's determined to throw the perfect party, and based on the timing, since Nikki's birthday is June 1st, that looks like what it's going to be. And Victoria and Nikki are on board with her planning the party and throwing the party, but they just don't think it's going to have the effect that Claire somehow thinks it is. Nikki and Victoria do not think anything is going to change Victor's mind about Kyle. And in fact, Victoria's kind of ticked off that Claire is even accommodating Victor, because Victoria knows firsthand how her dad can be when he wants to wreck a relationship. He did it to so many of Victoria's. And so she doesn't think that Claire or anybody should be sidestepping Victor just because he's being a petty Betty. So as we all know, once the mustache's mind is made up, that's it. But this is Claire's last-ditch attempt to try and make everybody happy. But everybody is never going to be all happy at once, you know? So with all Victor's vendettas and his big rival coming to town, I just have no doubt that something huge is going to go down at Nikki's party. So one big bombshell could send Claire's party plan off the rails and cause chaos, but we could have even more bombshells causing chaos. So just the first thing to talk about, this plan blowing up in Claire's face could be because Victor may blow up at the sight of Claire getting cozy with Kyle at the party, because of course he's going to be her plus one, right? Because she's trying to convince Victor of this thing. So obviously she's going to bring Kyle. Claire thinks that showing Victor how well Kyle treats her and how in love they are will change his mind, but it could have the opposite effect. Victoria and Nikki are worried that Victor won't budge and Claire will be crushed, and that may be exactly what happens. Victor may be furious that Kyle is even at the party, and he may think Claire should have known better than to bring him there. Victor may end up even angrier. Claire could be devastated, and she and Kyle could wind up in a worse position than they are right now. All right, so another way this party on Young and the Restless could go awry is that the mysterious Aristotle Dumas could crash the party. The new business tycoon on the scene is due to arrive any day. We're going to have Amanda Sinclair showing up in Genoa City by the end of the week, and I do suspect Dumas may be her client because it's supposed to be a mysterious someone, and he's the only mysterious someone anybody's talking about these days. So if that happens, he may sweep into town when Amanda does, but remain hidden in the shadows for a few more days, and Dumas could make his grand entrance at Nikki's party to enrage Victor. I mean, that would be a boss move right off the bat. What a way to splash into town. And if Dumas shows up, then that might send a couple of people into a frenzy, including Billy and Victor and Lily and one other person. That other person is Phyllis, who we also suspect may do something unhinged and out of control at the party that Claire throws for Nikki on Y&R. Right now, as you know, Phyllis is spiraling further out of control. She's desperate to find a purpose and determined to get revenge on Billy and Sally, whom she blames for her latest miseries. And Phyllis already tried going to Victor, and that didn't work out well. And her son Daniel wants nothing to do with a business venture with her at the moment. He kind of pawned her off and said he'd think about it, but he's clearly not interested. So Phyllis's next fixation may be Dumas, because she swiped his contact info from Billy's phone, and then she reached out to him, spoke to his assistant, because Phyllis wants him to fund her new project and probably feel a little revenge. So if Dumas is at the party, Phyllis may pull some stunt to get his attention that could mess things up for Claire's big night. Alternately, we could see Phyllis make a scene to get back at Billy and Sally, because you know how she is. And if Christine and Danny are at the party, Phyllis could make a scene about them. She could make a scene about all these people because it is Phyllis, right? And Phyllis could also stage an outburst to get back at Victor for rejecting her offer to conspire. So another option for a party foul is that Adam might wind up inadvertently causing a scene. I don't think he would initiate it, but he may be on the receiving end of outrage from maybe Chelsea, maybe Victor, maybe even Billy. Right now, Adam, of course, is supposed to be smearing Billy's name to destroy Abbott.com before it gets off the ground. We all know Victor put Adam in charge at Newman Media so that he could boss his son around and Victor could have Adam doing his dirty work. But with Chelsea on board now as COO, she does not want Adam to attack Billy using Newman Media. And that's a huge conflict of interest. And if Adam does what Victor wants, then Chelsea might lose her temper at the party. And if Adam doesn't do what Victor wants, well, his dad might blow up at Adam at the party. Or Billy and Sally might blow up at Adam at the party if he does what Victor wants, if they do wind up on the guest list. So the Black Sheep Newman could definitely be on the receiving end of a party foul that messes up the big occasion that Claire is planning. And the last thing to consider is Audra may cause problems at the party, or her dirty deal with Victor may be exposed at the party. If Claire finds out Audra's targeting Kyle on Victor's orders, that could turn into a big fat mess that wrecks Nikki's birthday and has Claire and Victoria both furious at Victor, probably Nikki also. And let's be real, it could be Audra herself that acts out at the party because Victor keeps raising the stakes on their deal because he wants her to break up Claire and Kyle, make him look dirty, irresponsible, not somebody she wants. And that's the conditions to get her new company funded. But if Victor pushes Audra too far, she might turn around and expose his dirty deal in front of his family, because if she realizes that once again Victor is not going to keep his word to her, then of course Audra is going to do something to slap back at him, and you can't really blame her. So I just can't imagine, no matter how much planning that Claire puts into it, and we're going to have that professional party planner Pietro, played by Jay Rodriguez from Queer Eye, on putting together Nikki's big do. It doesn't matter how good of a job Claire does planning it. There's no way it's going to go off without a hitch, right? Especially because Claire herself has an ulterior motive. She's doing the party to try and win Victor's approval of her and Kyle. I can't see it going well, but the question is actually, how bad will it be? Because I completely think everything is going to blow up on Nikki's big night.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.